The 2024 Lamborghini Revuelto is closing in on a launch date, and it's about to change the performance car segment. Apart from being a Lamborghini with an insanely powerful plug-in hybrid powertrain, the car seamlessly combines decades of design styles from Lamborghini's rich history. The 2024 Revuelto features the big-nosed front end of a Murcielago while taking design cues from the fan-favorite Diablo. Among other innovative features of this Italian masterpiece, the car is a plug-in hybrid. In other words, you get a supercar equipped with an already impressive V12 traditional engine that is now being boosted by 3 electric motors for the ultimate performance experience. So, let's get down to business. Here's everything you need to know about the 2024 Lamborghini Revuelto and why it is the most insane V12 Lamborghini yet. Designed as the worthy successor of the flagship Lambo Aventador, the Revuelto paints a good picture of Lamborghini's overarching objective towards full electrification. In a market where major competitors are downsizing their engines to lower emissions, the Italian company brings back the naturally aspirated gas engine we got in the Aventador, although this new one's got more power. As a plug-in hybrid, the car is heavier than the Aventador, which has forced the Italian company to make several upgrades to minimize the weight impact. The Revuelto features an all-new carbon fiber subframe that is 20% lighter and stiffer than the previous frame of the Aventador. It still retains the pointy wedge front end of the Murcielago, as well as the vertically opening scissor doors we've come to associate with every flagship Lamborghini car. The car also features some exterior styling cues from the Cyan, such as the 3-pointed daytime running and the zigzag-sized vents that deliver air to the massive V12 engine. There are also cleverly hidden door handles on the doors, which, according to Lamborghini, feed air directly to the car's radiator. For wheels, you get 21-inch tires up front and 22-inch tires at the rear. Oh, and there's a massive twin exhaust that looks unique on the rear. One of the biggest selling points of the 2024 Lamborghini Revuelto is how it completely dominates the performance car segment. Powering the car is a mid-mounted, naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12 engine that pours out a massive 814 horsepower while delivering a 9,500 rounds per minute redline. With this car, it does look like Lamborghini has managed to seamlessly harness the innovative advantages that electric engines bring to the supercar segment. So not only do you get an impressive 12-cylinder engine, but Lamborghini also managed to integrate 3 electric motors into the setup. Essentially, the Revuelto has a massive output of 1,001 horsepower, which is simply insane for any supercar in the plug-in hybrid market. For perspective, the current king of this segment is the Ferrari SF90 Straight L, and it only delivers 986 ponies. Now, considering 1,001 horsepower is the most horsepower ever seen in a Lambo, it is quite interesting to see how the company has managed to fine-tune the car's performance. Contrary to what you might think, the car handles brilliantly and is not just a supercar with terrific power. The Revuelto turns and grips superbly without issues and feels more agile than last year's flagship. The car completely shrugs off every technical twist you can find on the road, all thanks to its brilliant rear-wheel steering setup. Basically, every time you hit a corner, the rear-wheel steering system couples with a torque vectoring system in the car to deliver more stability, which also makes it easier to nip apexes. Another interesting addition that contributes to the car's superb handling is the new innovative traction control system that is connected to the car's 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. What this system does is quite brilliant, really. So, when the car is about to make a turn and a loss of traction is detected, the system immediately forces the electric motor to switch to regen, which instantly increases the torque load through the dual-clutch transmission. Simply put, earlier in the video, we said the car comes with 3 electric motors. Well, there's a catch. Of the 3 integrated electric motors on the powertrain, 2 drive the front wheels, while the third assists the V12 engine on the rear axle. For better performance, the 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission is also integrated with the third electric motor on the rear axle. Current test drive results show that the car can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour within 2.3 seconds. And while Lamborghini claims the top speed of the Revuelto is just below 220 miles per hour, the acceleration of the car actually feels much more intense from behind the wheel, which, interestingly, is due to the surge of power the 3 integrated electric motors give the V12 engine. In the supercar market, range is not something that is always considered since raw power takes precedence. However, the Revuelto is a plug-in hybrid, which means we do have to consider the range of the electric motors. Oh, and before we go on, if you are enjoying the video, do like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next upload. So remember, we talked about the incredible horsepower this car generates and the crucial role the 3 electric motors play. Well, that's not all these electric motors do. The thing is, for any electric motor to function, it means there is a battery somewhere powering it. Unlike traditional hybrid cars, we only get a small battery capacity in this car. The 3.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack is nestled in the space you'll typically find a cup holder in a car and barely holds enough juice for you to hypermile your way over a long distance. On electric power alone, you should get about 5 miles of range before you have to switch to a gas-powered engine. However, if you want to drive out of your neighborhood early in the morning without waking your neighbors, the battery lets you do just that. As if the performance is not enough, Lamborghini left nothing to chance to reinforce the fact that you are in a supercar. The Revuelto is a 2-seater because that is the only way the Italian company can fit a 12-cylinder engine into the sleek car without removing the front trunk space. But that's not to say the back of the car is filled up. There's still enough space to fit a fully packed golf bag. Also, according to Lamborghini, the car is more spacious than the Aventador, which, to be honest, is not a difficult standard to beat. But you do get the point, right? The Revuelto is not cramped at all. Moving on, the driver and passenger areas of the car look sleek, organized, and mostly digital, which is very different from other Lambos. On the steering wheel are 4 rotors that perform different tasks, including controlling the drive models, activating turn signs, and initiating launch control, among others. On the dashboard is an 8.4-inch infotainment touchscreen that gives access to most of the vehicle's controls and features. But that's not all. As it turns out, the brilliant heads at Lamborghini figured it would be a good idea to give the passenger side dash an infotainment system of its own. So, there's also a 9.1-inch screen that gives important information, including vehicle speed and torque distribution, on the passenger side. The car also comes with a third 3-inch display behind the steering wheel that serves as the gauge cluster interface. The car also features a sat-nav that works seamlessly and connects quickly with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. According to Lamborghini, interested customers will have the option to upgrade some of the default features in the car, such as the audio systems and head-up display, among others. Other quality-of-life features, including a voice recognition system, remote lock/unlock, and real-time traffic alerts, will be available without cost. Lamborghini sports cars typically don't offer any driver assistance features, but surprisingly, the Revuelto does. Although, compared to most modern cars, the driver assistance and safety features we get are not that impressive. Of the driver assistance features present, the most notable is the adaptive cruise control system, which works seamlessly with standard lane departure sensors to give timely warnings in case of emergencies. There's also an automated emergency braking system equipped in the car. Also, for maximum safety in case of accidents, the Revuelto comes with front and side airbags to ease the impact. While there have been many official unveilings and test drives of the Lamborghini Revuelto, the car isn't launching until 2024. Now, we do not have a precise launch date, but what we do know is that the car will be expensive. In fact, unless you have a ridiculous trust fund or there are some pretty valuable art assets in your vault, now will be a good time to start saving up. Per current reports, this new flagship Lambo will have a whopping starting price of $608,358. And there you have it. Don't want to miss out on new vehicle release updates? Subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications. Thank you.